Hi, peace upon you, good friend. You've likely heard a lot about how reading helps you become wiser, it helps you become more knowledgeable, and some say it makes you smarter. But like me and many others, none of those reasons got you to grab a book and read. So in this video, I will try to talk about reading in general, about how it's an absolute necessity in our lives, and why you should adapt the habit of reading as soon as possible. Books contain a lot of knowledge in general: science, math, how to guides, how to build a plane, how to build a car, how to build habits the right way. Get it? Because my last video. And obviously, those books I just mentioned are important, but not for all people. So, what is the right book for you, you might ask? Well, personally, for me, I have a few categories that I want to share with you that actually helped me in life, that actually made me realize stuff and gave me answer to some questions I had. They helped me figure out few things about life. They gave me some, well, not wisdom, but they contained wisdom. Do you think this is the face of wisdom? They were useful in a way, in many ways actually. One of those categories being biographs. People telling you about their lives, their stories of glory and sorrow, of happiness and sadness, their mistakes, their success, even their regrets. A cheat code for some people that can tell them what to do and what to not do, what to be and what to avoid being. History. Now, this category is a little bit hated. I hated it at least when I was a kid. It will usually tell you about how countries rose and fell, how people gathered to help each other, and how the same people gathered and plotted against each other. About people that lusted for money and glory, and other people that wanted to spread wisdom and honor. And although those books are in a different setting from ours, I can assure you that you will still find the same people from those books wandering around in this time and age. Folklore legends and mythologies, telling you fictional stories that carries a heavy meaning behind them, that squeezes the writer wisdom into a few words. Books are portals, they are literal portals. They let you explore countries and nations you never seen or you never been to. They help you understand people through others. They break down to you the stories of all these different people, how amazing and honorable a person can be, and how miserable and evil a human being can be. Now, you might tell me that those stories are dead. They are outdated. The people inside of them are dead. But I can assure you that neglecting those stories, neglecting the stories of people past, can cost you a lot. And for some people, their lives. And one story that comes to my mind when talking about this is the story of Icarus and his father did did Daedalus. Daedalus. Icarus was imprisoned with his father on the island of Crete. Daedalus, a skilled craftsman, built wings made of feather and wax for himself and his son so they can escape. However, Daedalus warns Icarus not to fly too close to the sun, as the heat would melt the wax holding the wings together. Despite his father's warnings, Icarus becomes exhilarated by the sensation of flying and ignores the advice, flying higher and higher towards the sun until the wax on his wings melts. As a result, Icarus falls into the sea and drowns. So when editing the video, I discovered that the story of Icarus and his father was not complete, or at least I didn't read it completely. It had two parts, and in the words of Daedalus to his son, he said, "We have the means to escape, but heed my words. Do not fly too close to the sun, for its scorching heat would melt the wax and lead to your downfall. But neither should you fly too close to the sea, as the moisture will weigh you down. In the context of the video, this changes nothing, as the main lesson I was trying to tell is to learn how to heed warnings and take them seriously. But in the context of the story, this changes everything, as the main lesson the writer was trying to tell in not flying too close to the sun is to not get carried away. You forget where your footing is. And not flying too close to the sea means to not let yourself settle too low, living just a life of comfort, stripped of any kind of calculated risks. Back to the video. Now, doesn't that story rings a bell? Obviously, no one built wings for you to fly with, but you still have this sensation of familiarity. Maybe you had the same warning coming from your father or a responsible figure in your life about something or some decision you had. Maybe your teacher of any kind told you that the route you're taking will have some consequences. Maybe you're the one who gave the warning to someone else. But one thing is certain, this story moved something inside your head. It made you reflect on the past or the future, on something you did or you will do. Therefore, it changed you. And what if I told you that books can do even more? They can open your eyes to see better. They can open your ears to hear better. They can make you look at the world in a different perspective. Books can give you answers to equations you've been dying to find the answer to. They can show you the way how to live and how to treat people, how to think properly, how to do things. To me, books are like cheats in a video game. Imagine if some players needed a treasure or a rare item, so they were told that they needed to beat a boss first. Most of them will go and try to beat the boss, and only a few of them will go and simply acquire the map from the library, for example. It wouldn't be fair. Books will give you answers, they will give you shortcuts in life. That's how books work. Even worse, if the treasure is limited, which like many things are in life, then only those who took the shortcut of the library will get the treasure. Books, when used, are far more valuable than money. And as cliche as it sounds, and if you don't believe me, you can go ask the millionaires of the world. They will tell you that books saved them millions of losses and years of experience and effort. Books are weapons. They make you a feared person. Imagine if you were told that the person sitting next to you can read your mind. Wouldn't that make you afraid or on your edge? Books are the same. They gave you the power of reading people, reading their minds, their bodies. They make your mind a machine that can anticipate the next move. They help you to be always one step ahead of everyone. Great people, wise people, men and women that made their achievements and names heard throughout history, all had one thing in common. They all read books. I really like the story of Icarus and his father. It made me reflect on some decisions I had to make, and many warnings were thrown at me because of that decision. And I sometimes can't help but to think, what if I'm like Icarus, so exhilarated by the sensation of my dreams that I will fly too close to the sun and burn my wings, if that makes any sense. And lately, books really helped me differentiate between a good warning and just an ignorant one. That's why I wanted to share this story, so maybe it helps you, the viewer. So, yeah. Anyway, if you liked the video and you would like to see more, consider subscribing. Drop a like if you want, or a dislike if you don't want to. Hopefully a like. Since we talked about books, you can check out my other video about building habits the right way. And yeah, hopefully see you next time.